A diver found a lost camera at the bottom of the sea. After recovering the images inside, they couldn't help but be surprised. On the morning of May 13, 2014, a team from the Marine Ecology Department at Simon Fraser University in British Columbia, Canada, was conducting a research dive in the waters off the coast of Banfield near Vancouver Island. Their goal for the day was to study various species of starfish in the area and gain insights into their behavior in both their natural environment and the laboratory. During the dive, they unexpectedly discovered an old camera that had been lost for many years at the bottom of the sea. A diver named Bowl lifted it out of the sand, and to their amazement, despite being completely covered in algae and marine life, it seemed surprisingly intact inside. Bowl decided to bring the camera back for further investigation. Upon examining the camera, Bowl discovered that the memory card was relatively intact, even though the exterior was covered in green algae. He hoped to recover some photos from the memory card to see what they contained and to identify the owner of the camera. Comment, Camera 2, to see Part 2. The diver found a lost camera at the bottom of the sea. After recovering the images inside, they couldn't help but be surprised. Part 2. A group of divers from the Ecological Department at Simon Fraser University in British Columbia, Canada, serendipitously stumbled upon an old camera that had been lost for several years while conducting starfish research in Banfield, Vancouver. A diver named Bowl discovered that despite the camera being covered in green algae, it seemed relatively intact inside. Out of curiosity, he decided to bring it back for further exploration. Bowl found that the memory card might still be recoverable, so he handed it over to a friend named Xiao Ban for restoration. Xiao Ban carefully cleaned the memory card with alcohol and then plugged it into the computer. Surprisingly, the memory card still functioned. Inside the card were numerous images of a man who appeared to be an artist, very likely the owner of the camera. Bowl and Xiaoban then uploaded the photos to social media to discover the identity of the camera's owner. Eventually, they determined that the man was an artist from Vancouver who had lost both his camera and boat in 2012 when it sank. Fortunately, he was rescued from that accident. Now, it's wonderful that he has rediscovered the camera containing many cherished memories he lost in 2012.